We are starting to get some clarity with the injury reports as the 49ers are just one day away from their matchup against the Seattle Seahawks up north. It's a big game, highly anticipated, and for the most part, the San Francisco 49ers are relatively healthy. But the biggest questions throughout this week have been about the 49ers starting offensive linemen, Aaron Banks, and Spencer Burford, your left and right guard. Obviously, as we know, Jonathan Feliciano has filled in at left guard and done a great job for Aaron Banks, but it does appear Aaron Banks might be able to play. Now, we have no official word yet on either of these two game statuses other than the fact that they are questionable. We've seen players not play with a questionable tag before. So we are going to kind of wait and see what ultimately goes on with these two. Hopefully they can play. And if they both can play, it's going to be interesting to see if there's any shuffling that goes on the interior offensive line. Because, like we mentioned, Jonathan Feliciano has played very well. So it'll be interesting to see. The 49ers already, Kyle Shanahan talked about integrating Feliciano into the starting lineup somehow. They never gave any specifics or anything like that. But as we talked about, he's put up two really good performances in a row. So if they don't feel comfortable with either one of these guys' statuses, you could see Jonathan Feliciano fill in for like a Spencer Burford. Again, it is interesting to see Spencer Burford pop up as a questionable for this game because based on the way Kyle Shanahan has talked about it, he's kind of alluded to the fact that Spencer Burford might not play in this game. I think he said earlier in the week that if this was a Sunday game, Burford's probably playing, but his kind of somewhat doubtful, even though he's officially listed as questionable per the report from David Lombardi. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. These short weeks are kind of tricky because I don't know what the 49ers are going to do in this regard. Do they rest Spencer, put Feliciano at right guard? Does Banks come back? From what we've seen there's a walkthrough practice yesterday, it did look like Banks was participating, so he's trending in the right direction. I don't believe Spencer Burford participated, so he's trending in the wrong direction, yet they're both questionable. You see where my head's at? We're kind of spinning through this, and we haven't had practice yet today, so we don't know what the participation is, but we do have official game statuses. So it's one thing that we are going to continue to monitor. Obviously, we want to figure out who's playing and who's not playing. But for one guy, questionable, I think, is optimistic, that being Aaron Banks. Questionable or Spencer Burford. I don't know. We got to wait and see. We got to wait and see if he's going to be out there. But this is really the main thing for the 49ers on the injury report. I saw a couple other names. I think Samuel Womack was also listed as questionable. However, he hasn't been activated off IR yet. So even though he is listed as questionable, I don't think there's any expectation he's going to play because he's technically not on the active. So I don't expect Samuel Womack to play. Same thing with Robert Beal. Robert Beal is questionable with a hamstring. Same scenario. He's still on injured reserve. So it's going to be something that we continue to monitor. I think practice updates today are going to be important to see who actually is practicing. But again, these short weeks are a little tricky. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. Let me know what you guys think. Should Aaron Banks play? Should Spencer Burford rest? Should we rest them both? I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.